What up? What up? What up? What up? You already know what it is. You have just entered the war zone. Now, we have Diddy on the docket, y'all. Diddy has allegedly been paying off some of these jurors, okay? These jurors are now under investigation by the FBI, okay? Maureen Cormie, who was the lead attorney for the Diddy case, the lead excuse me, the lead district attorney for the Diddy case and the Epstein case has been fired by Pam Bondi, who is the attorney general for the DOJ, which is the Department of Justice, who is headed by Pam Bondi, but Donald Trump is the boss, the president and overseer. Okay. And this could have been a direct, okay, target to to remove Comey to get after her father, which he is now being probably going after. He's probably going to be indicted by the FBI. Okay, the president of the United States is basically saying that Comey, which is the dad of Comey, the district attorney who was fired, basically saying that Comey is or was or did in doctored or helped doctored the Epstein files and put Donald Trump's name in the Epstein files. And all of a sudden, abruptly, Maureen Comey, if I said her name right, has been fired. Now, from what we do understand, we are hearing from the grapevine that there were potential district attorneys who was actually paid off. Okay. So the district attorneys are probably compromised by now. Okay. Not all of them, but the ones that are compromised are being investigated right now. The jury is being investigated right now, which may lead to the judge overturning the entire decision, which would be unprecedented as far as a highly profiled case. Okay. Now, I would like to dip into what Bruce Rivers has to say. He's an attorney. So let's dive right on into this. Pause.
Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Thursday, July 10th, 2025. Now, believe it or not, there is yet more news on the U.S. versus Sean Combs front.
Why is he walking? Why doesn't he have a little office or something?
Yesterday, Judge Subramanian docketed an order to both sides to provide him with not argument, but a list of cases in which defendants have been convicted under the Mann Act without prior convictions, basically wanting to know what the precedents are.
So there's a section called 3553A, 18 USC 3553A, and it lays out a list of factors that the judge should take into consideration when determining a sentence. And one of those is disparity in sentencing. The Mann Act is not really considered a really high level conviction, right? Everybody's a possible 10-year conviction or 10-year prison sentence. Bullshit. He ain't going to get 10 years. But if you look at where he's at, it's it could be anywhere from in the 50s, and we looked at it, and depending upon how the judge fashions the guideline calculation with all the factors set in, it could be a significant sentence, but it's not going to be 10 years, and it's not going to be consecutive, I don't think. So the judge wants to see, how have we treated these in the past?
The government is going to be arguing that relevant conduct should come in, and the defense is going to be saying no.
Relevant conduct is all the other shit that he was acquitted of. The torturing of Cassie, and Cassie's part of this because
Now, this is important. This part right here is important. It's important to me for me to hear it also, because I'm reacting to it with you all. But it's important because what he's talking about right now, what the defense is going to attempt to argue and throw out, is pretty damn relevant, okay? And could be the actual piece that either lets Diddy go home basically a free man or keeps Diddy locked up for an extensive period of time, okay? If this is let in, which I believe it will be let in, but if this is let in, it's not, that does not bode well for Diddy. Now I don't know what Bruce Rivers is about to say. We're going to see what he's about to say, but that does not bode well for Diddy. And I'm gonna let him explain because Bruce is about to explain with my theory right now.
Who are the prostitutes for?
Defense is going to be saying no.
Relevant conduct is all the other shit that he was acquitted of. You know, the torturing of Cassie, and Cassie's part of this because who are the prostitutes for? They were for her, so he could watch her. Who wants to watch another man fuck his wife, honestly, or girlfriend? Not me. I just think you got to fucking screw loose when you do that, especially if you.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. This is what everybody is like missing, right? Okay, the girls were not for just Cassie. I mean, the strippers were not just for Cassie. All right, they were not just. They were all for Diddy. They were all for Diddy. All right. Remember, Cassie was a little girl. Diddy molded this girl into what she is today. Okay, Diddy molded this girl. Okay, point blank. Period. One of the SEX workers said and admitted, like, yo, Diddy tried to come up on me, and I'm like, yo, I don't get down like that. Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Think about how many Diddy's tried to do that with, probably all of them. He's having them, but the thing is this: these SEX workers that's coming, they are not really, they don't really go that way. That's the thing. They don't really go that way. Some of them do, but for the most part, they're supposed to. They're really they're straight. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, you would think. But Diddy he likes turning people out. This is all in from the information we have gathered on Diddy. Diddy likes turning people out. He likes somebody who hasn't even. Diddy likes turning people out. That's not me talking. That's all in the paperwork. Okay, that's all in the accusations. All right. So no, they were not for Cassie. Cassie didn't have a bank account pulling money out of her bank account going to get these SCX workers. What are we talking about here? I'm asking, what are we talking about here? Help me. Help me, please.
If you have 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
And citing a Supreme Court recent decision about acquitted conduct not coming in. Now, the question is some of this conduct not actually acquitted, but simply out there and in the ether? We'll find out as it moves along. Now, ironically, yesterday we went to cover a civil case, not against Sean Combs, of which there are many of which are being pushed back, but we'll have more on that anon. But against L.A. Reid. Yes, L.A. Reid. Drew Dixon sued him in 2023 here in the SDNY.
Yo, Mac, I appreciate that, dog. Thank you so kindly for that. I didn't even proofread, obviously. Thank you so much.
And he's changed lawyers a couple of times. And yesterday, his new defense or current defense lawyer, who's trying to get released from the case, came to court in front of Judge Vargas, who also has the Drake versus UMG case. So he kind of has something kind of a music portfolio of cases. And L.A. Reid's lawyer said he's not paying. In fact, he changed his phone number and they were unable to speak to their client, L.A. Reid.
That's fucking frustrating. When you take on a criminal case, you get your dough up front. Why do you get your dough up front? Because guess what? If you don't pay your lawyer, he can't withdraw from your case. That's a bad business deal on his decision. The juror notes from 25 won't follow instructions to no verdict on RICO to we have the verdicts. But if you remember the first day, within like minutes, the court came back, or the jury came back with a question and asked the judge and told the judge one of the jurors isn't following instructions. Then they go on to deliberate for some time, and they had a couple different questions. But one of the questions.
Hold on. Let's not gloss past that part quick. Now, the juror who was dismissed, all he was doing was all he said was there could be people on the jury that's being paid off. There could be people on the jury compromised. That's what he said. And that's what he was kicked out for, y'all. And now guess who was just fired? Maureen Comey. She's the one that kicked these people out or got them kicked out. Right? Ain't that something, y'all? And they attempted to get rid of another person, but that person actually stayed. Ain't that something? So one of the jurors was feeling like, hold on, something is not right. Obviously, they were talking to each other. The other juror, or the alternative juror, who did his media rounds on CNN and MSNBC, this guy admitted that the jury was talking to one another. Point blank, period. No other way to slice this cake here. He admitted that. Then you have one of the jurors saying, hold on, something's not right here. I think somebody or somebody's could be actually getting paid off. Why would he say that? Because what if he probably was approached? He probably was approached and did not take the freaking bait. And then he said it aloud. And then once the authorities, which is Maureen Comey, who just got fired, once she found out and got wind, oh no, he got to go. Him and him. Because they probably both was agreeing. Like, yeah, something ain't right here. No, we got to get rid of both of them. And that's what happened. Except one of them, they actually got rid of, which was the fire starter, which was the juror who said, hold on, something ain't right here. He believes that some people are getting paid off. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. This is a movie. This is a movie. We're looking at people getting paid off in plain sight. We're looking at a juror that gets on to CNN, MSNBC, and literally tells us how the jury is feeling and that he's talked to them. How would he know how many notebooks were actually completed by the jury members? He didn't know about one. He knew about several, according to him. He said some had 300, more than 400 notepads full. He said he only did 300, and people did more than him. How would y'all know that if y'all are not conversing? Which right there, we got you dead to rights. You're dead to rights right there. See, but no, we are not a public that is a dumb, or I'm not gonna say, we are not an uninformed public. I'll put it like that. We're not. We are not an uninformed public in which, these people can be playing these tricks on us from the political ranks on down, because this is highly political also. Trump is tied up into this also because of Maureen Comey, who took on this high profile case with P. Diddy. Okay? Trump might be, this could really be bad for Diddy, because Trump could be going after Diddy after Diddy, basically I hear people saying, "Oh, this is good for Trump." I hear some YouTubers saying, "Oh, this is good for Trump." No, this is not good for Trump. That firing is not good. I mean, it's not good for Diddy. That firing is not good for Diddy. You know why? Because Trump is about to indict Comey. Okay, her father. Trump just fired the daughter for no reason. For no reason. Okay, fired her. Why? And then we're hearing that multiple district attorneys could have been paid off. Now we're hearing that the jurors are, all of them are under investigation right now. We are hearing this right now. It's not me saying this. The jury is under investigation right now, which means you take and pull one or two of them in there. You take, and all it takes is one of them to tell, and they're going to tell. They took the money or what have you, or they know about this one on that one. They're going to tell, bro. That's the highest level, bro. They're going to tell. Them federal investigators, get them in that little box room. They're telling, bro. Believe that. And guess what? That doesn't sit well for Diddy. They're going to get to the bottom of this because it is now in the public now. If they would have been able to escape this without the public getting to know what was going on the inside, then maybe. But now that this juror got up there and ran his mouth, it sent the majority of the public in a frenzy. Like, yo, what? Lawyers, attorneys, the public, like, hold on, what? Especially the people that are not on Diddy's side. No, they're like, oh no, heck no. Further investigation, then all of a sudden, Comey gets fired. She gets fired, y'all. When does that happen? This doesn't even happen. She gets fired by Pam Bondi, the attorney general. The lead damn attorney. She gets fired by the lead attorney. And Pam Bondi didn't just fire her for no Pam. Why would Pam Bondi fire her? Trump fired her because Trump told Pam Bondi to fire her. And why? Trump need more dirt on all of them. Like, oh, this is a corrupt family. Look, she was paid off by Diddy. The father, he put my name in the Epstein files. I can see the play right now. I can see the play. Don't forget where you heard that first. Don't forget where you heard that first. I can see the play. Let's move on.
Questions was we can no longer, we can't come to a verdict on RICO. So the judge said, well, think about it overnight, come back and deliberate in the morning. Oh, right away in the morning, then they had a verdict.
Learn at your own pace at the Keystone School, offering a safe and
So what's the issue? The issue is whether or not there is a juror that was not following the instructions. So let's take a look at the Diddy verdict post, or the Diddy docket post. So alternate juror number 6, UN employee George, who lied about not knowing he was an alternate, also says that the jury didn't follow instructions. Is he lying about the jury not following instructions, or could this be a contributing factor to the verdicts? You know, here's the thing. They don't know that the jurors don't know that they're the alternate. Okay, they don't know until the judge says, okay, now they're going to go back and deliberate. Juror number 25, you are the alternate. You will not be going back, but stay where you are because I want to talk to you after this. That's what they say every time. And how is the alternate selected? It is the last juror picked. So when you do jury selection, the last juror to be questioned and then selected as a juror is the one who is the alternate, or last however many. You know, once they get to 12, they have 2 alternates. The last 2 are picked are the alternate. Now here's the verdict form racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. I mean, that's a good verdict for him. Count 2, sex trafficking of Cassandra Ventura, not guilty. So they must have bought the consent argument. And the Mann Act, transportation, Cassandra Ventura, guilty. Sex trafficking of Jane, not guilty. And then you have the other Mann Act related to Jane, and that was guilty. So the big question, and somebody had already written this, but so the big question is, if the alternate jurors were talking to the jurors who are sitting, well, they're all going to talk. You know, it's whether they whether they started deliberation or started forming an opinion before they get the case. That's really the issue, and so it's whether or not a 30 would trigger a rule.
This is the thing. And Mac Mizzle, I sent that link. That link is down there. But this is the thing, though. But I love how they just gloss over the fact that, you know, but all the jurors are going to talk. No, but the judge told the damn jury not to damn talk to each other. The judge instructed the jury not to talk to each other before every single break, every single intermission. The judge repeats, do not speak to each other about the case, point blank, period. If you do not follow the rules, then listen, that jury is definitely, it's been compromised. You have it in front of our face. The judge is telling you not to do this, not to do that, not to do that, and the jury is doing whatever they want to do, talking and, oh yeah, I know how many books he got. I know how many books he got. Y'all are talking about the case. You are formulating opinions about the case. How are you going to say it's okay to speak about the case, right? But it's not okay if they formulate opinions. How are they not going to formulate opinions together with one another, speaking about the case? I guarantee you, you give me any one of those jury members to talk to. If I was a jury member, when I speak to them, in 1 minute, I'm gonna be able to tell whose side they're on, no matter the case. I'm gonna be able to tell. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Come on. This case is this is a nasty, stinking case, bro. Very the word I'm looking for. It's a very, very, very messy case. Very messy. When the last time you seen a messy case like this? Damn prosecutors getting fired. Why'd you get fired? And then nobody tell you why they get fired. She got fired. But we hear through our back channels, which our back channels hasn't let us down yet, that the district attorney was paid off. Think about it. Diddy had 50 million denied. 50 million denied. These people, some of them, they want that money, bro. They want that money. They probably so used to getting away with backdoor deals and everything, but now they have a president that is on the hot seat right now, and he can't be, going along with their games. Now he's putting the pressure, and that's why I believe that's why Comey was fired. You tell me why Comey was fired then. Anybody have a good reason, a good conceptual reason on why Comey was fired? Why was the district attorney fired? I just gave you my reasoning. Why would the district attorney abruptly get fired like that, y'all? And hold on. And why would the district attorney get fired in the time that she got fired? Why didn't she get fired after Diddy was sentenced? Do you think that looks good? First of all of the power is in the judge's hands. So do you think that looks good with the judge that the district attorney was fired? possibly due to being paid off by the defense? Do you think that bodes well? No. So yes, Trump is on a hot seat right now. If you have not been following what's going on politically with Trump, listen, bro. Trump is under Trump is under the most, I believe, under the most pressure he's ever been in his whole entire life. I believe Trump on this really gives a damn. On this, he really not on this Diddy case, on what's going on with the Epstein files, right? Yo, Trump, bro. So he's gonna do whatever he got to do for damage control for himself. And in his opinion, and what I believe, what he believes, for what he's saying, he said that her dad doctored the Epstein files and put his name in the Epstein files. That's what he said. I didn't say that. Donald Trump said that. And if that's the narrative he's going with, which that is the narrative he's going with because he said it out his own mouth, why did James Comey's daughter get relieved from her duties right now when the president is under this immense fire? Why? Why? Because there's rumblings that the DA was paid off, and probably normally the high ups they probably wouldn't even concern themselves with that. They got so much going on, but since this is tied in with Donald Trump, no, he needs that. Oh, you took some money, call me little daughter. Come on, see, this is what they do, y'all. See, this I guarantee you that's gonna be the new narrative with President Donald Trump. James Comey and his daughter are criminals. Look what she did. She took money from Diddy's camp. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, it's going down like that. You give me a good reason. Why? Give me a good reason. Why did they fire the district attorney? The lead. Why did Pam Bondi, the AG, Pam Bondi, Attorney General, fire James Comey's daughter, Maureen Comey, from the Diddy case? I'll wait. And those that jump on this video after I jump off of this live, I'ma still be waiting for a good answer. I'll still be waiting. I gave you my reason. And they might not even tell you the real reason on why, as far as the media is concerned. And the media might do that, but I don't believe, see, if you know Donald Trump like I know Donald Trump as far as studying him, Trump not going to hold that water. Trump going to let that water go. Maureen Comey, she was compromised. She has been taking money from Diddy. She has been doing this. They're a family of criminals. James Comey and her dad put my name in the Epstein files. This is going to be the narrative. Tell me, and unless you can tell me why Maureen Comey just got fired before the verdict of Diddy. If you can tell me that, I'd scratch my chin and sit there and think about that. If you can tell me that, I'm waiting for one. I'm waiting for an opinion on that one. All right, because I think that's powerful right there. You have these YouTubers running around here talking about, oh look, Diddy, that's a win for Diddy. Yeah, that's a win for Diddy. They fired the district attorney. That's a win for Diddy. How you think that's a win for Diddy? You really think that? The question is, why did she get fired? And if she got fired, and if she did take the money, guess what? They know about it. You don't even have to know about it because that's how they treat you. Listen, I've been wrapped up into this politics for real. You don't even have to know about it. They'll pick up any story and put it out there for you. I'm talking about from the local politics on up. But I know hands on deck with local politics. They will put out anything for you. You're not in the circle. You're not in. That's the way they look at it from the local on up. You don't have to know. But the thing is, she got fired for a reason, and it's a big reason. And guess what? She got fired from her. She didn't get fired from her firm, right? Like just her firm, just fired. She got fired from Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, who works for Donald Trump. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's we got to be quick. We got to be quick and up on our toes mentally with this. Okay? They're not going to be running game on us like that. They're not going to be running game on us like that. I see you, Matt. Yeah.
Salute, my boy. What's happening?
Salute, boy. What's your thoughts, Mac, man? I would like to know. Serious. I mean, if you for Diddy, which I don't know, and it's all good. I just want to know. And if you're not, I would like to know that too.
I'm not for Diddy, and I find it kind of like fishy that everybody's getting fired off of this case and all that. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of had the same sentiments you had, when he got acquitted. But then again, when you got money, you know this. When you got money, you can, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Pass a couple of dollars around and make shit happen, right? Especially in the courtroom.
Right.
So.
But this is the thing. In my opinion, I believe that this is going to be such an explosive case coming up because I really believe because of the hot seat that Donald Trump is in right now, his AG just fired Maureen Comey, who was the head lead district attorney for the Diddy case. Right. And she was the lead attorney for the Epstein files case. Okay.
Exactly. Right.
Okay. How
Trump is filing? Yeah. How are
from
you,
the last? Which
How are you firing the top prosecutor on the two of the most explosive cases?
Damn near ever.
Yeah.
Damn near ever right now. Damn near the way it's going.
That doesn't make any sense.
The way it's going is, and when I say ever, I'm talking about like as far as the popularity.
Yeah. There's an error in judgment, or they're just trying to like save themselves politically on the back end, yeah. Because
you talking about Trump? No, I believe that this is a straight. I believe that Trump needs a narrative, and he already told us what his game plan was, because he said that Maureen Comey, which is the lead attorney for the Diddy case, her father, who was the head FBI, who Donald Trump fired in his first term, fired her dad. Okay, he said Donald Trump said that this guy made up the Epstein files along with a few others like Biden and Obama or something like that, and but he said that he was a part of it. That's the point. He was a part of it. Comey was a part of it, and now Comey, I believe they're saying that Comey is about to get indicted right now, and now they just abruptly Pamela AG, not her law firm, which if she did something wrong, that's what normally would happen. You don't know Pamela Bondi gonna just come out of nowhere and fire. Why would she do that? And why would she do that out of nowhere like this in the middle of the Epstein files? And for the last 2 days, bruh, it's been politically boiling out of the pot for Donald Trump.
Yeah, because why did they fire her? What, she didn't do her job?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They gave no reason.
Ghislaine Maxwell convicted. She got Epstein investigated.
She got both of them convicted. She got Epstein convicted, and she got Ghislaine convicted. But Epstein supposedly, Epstein, passed away in custody. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly. So
but,
she did her
but
job.
what else?
So what would be the reason to
She did her
fire her?
job, right?
Exactly.
She did her job, right? She did get.
Yeah.
She did. Diddy didn't walk scot free. She did get in conviction, right?
Yep.
Um, but the thing is, she could have been compromising the case. But then again, I don't know because you can't really say that. I can't say that because look at how she RICO'd. Look at how she RICO'd Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Just two of them, but no other conspirators. But
Yeah.
allegedly, he's had over 1,000 people that he's allegedly mixed up into alleging doing something wrong to, and where is the conspirators for that case? None. So she won on that one. She got that one. She attempted the same thing with Diddy. Okay, and
Exactly.
okay, so attempted the same thing with Diddy. No conspirators turned the conspirators pretty much into witnesses, right? And okay, and then from there, maybe she did some little tricks, tricks in there. She because from what I was hearing all throughout the case, I was hearing that I started hearing that the DA was fumbling the ball, and then I started researching. I'm like, why are they? Then I'm like, they you know what? I'm not even going to sweat that. I really didn't put a big opinion on it because I'm thinking they have something coming, down the pipe, like a lot of people thought, but we seen that wasn't the case, right? We seen that wasn't the case, and
Yeah. Yeah. So what's up
that
with the juror misconduct? How come one of the jurors had a problem? Is it because maybe they seen something or somebody took a bribe or something? How did it work? The jury.
you talking about the juror that was kicked off,
Yeah.
right? So from what they're saying, what the back channels are saying, the back channels are saying that he was kicked off. And when I say back, the alternative news is saying it also. Not even more so back channels, but not mainstream CNN. But what the back channels are saying, they're saying that the juror basically only said, like raised the question to the other jurors, like, hey, I think some of these jurors in here is getting paid off, or somebody, some people is here is getting paid off, and don't quote me on the exact wording, but it was like that, within those bounds, and I thought that was pretty alarming, and then he immediately was kicked off, along with an attempted booting of another juror who made it because the DA couldn't prove their case of booting him.
Mm. So it's
So
all
I
shady.
believe what you said.
Mm. I say it's all shady. They
So I believe that the alternative juror that actually got up to speak, I believe that he messed up and he opened his mouth too much. That's what I believe. Because everybody on the Diddy side is looking for any little thing. And this guy went up in there and just gave us like gold. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Straight up and down. Gave gold to the point where, the case can be completely overturned. Not saying that it will be, but saying you just placed a possibility on it.
Mm.
It can be
That's true.
completely that's all I'm saying. I mean, as we speak right now, they are all under investigation. Let's hear what Bruce has to say about this. King, I hope I didn't, I don't want to botch your name up. He said, I just saw a post by you for the first time a few minutes ago. Great, what you said, great work. Oh, thank you so kindly, dear brother. God bless you. That's a fact. Thank you so kindly. We just vibing out, straight up, and we just giving
I think
our
it's a chick.
opinions.
I think it's a girl, Queen
Oh,
K.
I didn't even look at please forgive me, dear beloved. I didn't even look
Mhm.
at the profile. I was looking at, I think that's Queen, right?
Yeah, Queen K. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Please believe me. Yeah. Please forgive me, dear beloved Queen. I appreciate you, for stopping through. We just vibing out, giving our opinion, giving our humble opinion, and just letting the people know what's going on, because we have a lot of YouTubers and attorneys that are attempting to flip narratives because they could have been compromised and bought off. We see that is what Diddy does. It's all in a lot of paperwork. It has been alleged. I mean, this is what he do. I mean, he was trying to pay people off. You think this judge liked him? That's another thing. I hear people like Bruce Rivers. Oh, he's not going to get that time. And bro, when a judge don't like you, that's and this is different. This guy, we already know if they let in that piece of evidence that is going to be fought at the end. I'm talking about for the verdict. To let in. If they let in that piece of evidence, okay, that's just not good for Diddy at all, because Diddy is basically looking like a mob boss, bro. You can, from what I understand, the way Diddy was running, he was running his organization like he was a mobster, bro. What are you talking about? And if you don't do nothing, he'll throw a bomb in your car. If you don't do something, yo, bro, what are you talking about? He was found with 2 AKs defaced. Marie called me. Look at that right there. I'm thinking, listen, there has to be a secret indictment, some superseding indictment.
They threw those charges out, right?
Because if they threw those charges out, you paid off. What feds come up and what are you talking about? You threw off not no little handguns, or so you freaking threw out 2 AKs, y'all, AKs. And the numbers were defaced. Scratched off, bro. In the hood, bro, you getting roofed. We all know this. What are we talking about, man? Oh, no, you can't do that to Diddy. Why are you going to do that to Diddy? So what, he got caught with in his room closet with 2 AKs and they were defaced. He's a loving guy. He don't hurt no. Huh? I'm just saying, I'm not saying that people can't protect themselves, things like that. But damn, why is it defaced? Okay, why is it defaced? And and why is there witnesses that came into court and said you threw a bomb into somebody's car? What are we talking about? And then that was kind of thrown out. That was thrown out by who? By the DA. The DA threw it out themselves. How you gonna throw that out yourselves? Yeah, no, I was just attempted. We're gonna throw that out. The DA did that.
That's crazy.
The lady that was just fired. You know what I'm saying? You said the wacky world of OTV was good, my bro. Said that is a female. Yeah, thank you so kindly. I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. He said her name is pronounced as Queen K. Let's go. Queen K. Thank you so kindly, Wacky, for announcing that. I really appreciate that. And Queen K said, I don't feel like this is a real trial anyway. They put only intimate partners on. I'm sure they had way more criminal activities in there. Could have been easily landed him guilty. Point blank, period. Just point, but period. That lady, from what we are understanding, she's been paid off. Please, somebody tell me, give me a reason why she was just fired, because the courts did not give us a reason. That's why I'm saying, can you give us a reason? Because the courts didn't give us one. But I'm giving you one. I'm telling you what's going on politically right now, and it's all tying in, and it's all making sense. You just the day before Comey got fired, Donald Trump was just in front of a plane saying that her dad put him in the Epstein files. I know what's about to happen. I know what's about to happen. I don't know if they're going to put it out there, but I know that listen, man, when Trump get that information that this girl took that money and was compromised in any way, Trump's gonna put that information out. You better believe that. He's got to save. He's right now in fight or flight right now mode. He's got to try to save his whole political everything, his life, his family's life. He was almost out of the dungeon.
Didn't Trump say he would pardon Diddy too? thinking about
No,
pardoning Diddy?
no, yeah, he
He
didn't
got the
actually say
replays.
that he would, but he said he would look into it if he wasn't being treated right. But right now, he don't. Right now, Trump is trying to save his own life, and by saving his own life is and by keeping basically taking his the district attorney out and muddying up her, muddying her. That's not looking good with the judge. So that
Yep.
means that this could be a whole, that could be a mistrial, and the judge can just completely reverse the charges because the whole case has been tainted and compromised. We see this. We see this with just this little bit of evidence we have. We don't even know about all of the evidence from behind the scenes, but just what we do know, they are compromised.
Yep.
That's why we're not stupid.
Absolutely.
Like Queen K just said. Listen, they just put on a show, which is true. They put a show on, ex-lovers. Look, and then here come the defense. The defense. Look. It's just the ex-lovers, and come on, bro. Diddy was everywhere doing partners with everybody. Has 66 allegations on him right now. What are we talking about, bro? He has 66 allegations on him right now, bro. He was found with drugs on him, bro. When they went to pick him up, he was found with buku drugs in the hotel. He was about to have a freak off that night. His damn runner got caught with drugs getting onto the plane. What are we talking about here? Then the DA just let him go. What's his name? Dylan just let Dylan walk, right? Gave Dylan a slap. Federal freaking bro, federal, y'all. Just let him go. That sounds like you've been paid off because it didn't make sense to me when it was happening, but now it all makes sense. You've been paid off.
Yep.
You've been paid off. There's no other way to look at that. That's just in my opinion. Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion.
Man, it's so easy to pay somebody off.
Rule 33 motion. Well, they're gonna
Bro,
file
50 million denied, and he needed to get it to
Rule 33
somebody.
motion anyway, because they're gonna want to see if they can get rid of those two counts. In fact, I'd be shocked if they didn't already file that. So Rule 33 motion is a motion for a new trial, and they got to file that within 14 days of the verdict. So that's going to get filed. Here's the long and short of it, and they're going to have to question these jurors individually if they didn't follow the judge's instructions. First of all, you can't go back and do anything about the acquittals. That's hard and fast. It's not appealable by the government. It's not appealable by the judge. The judge can't overturn an acquittal.
Yeah.
That is sacrosanct. It is done over. He can't be tried again for those counts, no matter what. No matter what. But the judge could overturn the two verdicts of guilty. That would be reviewable. So after a verdict comes back, if the judge overturns a verdict, notwithstanding the jury's verdict, then that can be appealed by the government. They're going to make a motion for a new trial. They're going to make as much stink as they possibly can about the jurors who were not following the instructions. I mean, they have a note saying juror 25 was not following the instructions. So what does that mean? I don't know what it means, honestly. It's to what degree, somebody's not following. If all of a sudden, you just took a shit while everybody was deliberating, and you just weren't there for that part of the deliberation, well, that's not really significant, right? But if while the case is going on, you're forming opinions and trying to make other people form their opinions, and you aren't doing what the judge said you're supposed to do, you're supposed to keep an open mind, and you're trying to sway the jury your way because of whatever reason, well, that would be juror misconduct, and that would be grounds for a new trial. You think they would try this again? I doubt it. So to put a little more teeth into what we're talking about, let's take a look at the clip of the interview with the juror.
You saw some very graphic.
But why is he walking over? Yo, and Queen K, yes, I see you. Yes. Let me see what that is. And Queen K says, yes, straight to under the prison, in my opinion. Word, yeah, come on, man. I mean,
What's up? This guy been terrorizing families, bro. Terrorizing people, bro. I have been around people with a lot of power, right? Listen, man.
You man, I have been around people with a lot of power, and when I say power, they had money, power, and they had women around them, bruh. I've seen freaking women be put straight under freight direct pressure, bro, and they can't go nowhere, and they're not even in where they live or where they, bruh. Are you crazy? But a man with real money, power. People got police. Diddy had people on his payroll. Diddy had police on his payroll allegedly. What are we talking about here? And then you have real grown behind men getting up here defending this type of nonsense. This is what our culture has come to. This is what our culture has come to. It's not right. You know, it's just not right. In my opinion.
Like images,
It's just in my opinion.
videos, you
In my humble
heard
opinion.
very
I don't mean to
sexual
go
and graphic
all nuts
Yes.
on it.
details. What was that like hearing that? And how did it impact how you viewed the case?
No, they were very graphic, and but I think overall, you know, it was we're looking at it from like one side, and it was definitely riveting and eye opening.
What did you see on the videos? You know, the press wasn't able to see it in real time.
Yeah. No, I mean they were showing some of the. Well, I mean it was both the freak offs and hotel nights, as they were called, from both of them. But it was.
Were they showing those videos?
Right.
They showed, well, again, you know, the defense and the prosecution showed different clips, so they were very selective. Like the prosecution was showing more, you know, just Cassie just sitting around.
The defense showed that.
Defense showed that, yeah.
Just her sitting around not engaging in sexual activity.
A lot of people is kind of beating up on the jury. But this is the thing. If the DA has brought forth a super watered down weak case, just like the juror said, like, what is this? I don't see nothing. I see everybody is looking, you know, like it's conceptual. I don't see anything out of the norm here. What are you showing me? Man, you've been paid off out of some of that 50 mil. You've been paid off out of some of that 50 mil. Do you know how many, bruh? They said they retrieved terabytes of Diddy's hard drive. Terabytes. You know what terabyte? It's a lot. It's a lot, bruh. A lot of information. And you played that for them? That's why you was fired. Pam got you up out of here. You have been compromised, just like her dad was compromised. They are going to use that in the media. You're going to be seeing this on CNN. I'm telling you, this is coming. This is coming. This is coming. What? Nobody can explain to me accurately why this lady, Bondi, just fired Maureen Comey. Nobody can tell me. Trump had to do something. He got to do something, bro. The last 2 days for Trump, bro. I believe if Maureen Comey did not have anything to do with Trump or anything like that, like anything, when I say anything, if she was not related to her father, you know what I'm saying? I believe that she would have been safe. Why did she get fired? Nobody can tell me why she got fired. Did her, I mean, even if her firm found out that she got fired, why would Pam Bondi fire her? That, you know, really, even if her firm, her bosses, that the firm that she works for, her law firm, even if they found out, hey, you know, we have some visual evidence that you have met with some people, and we also have additional evidence that you exchanged cash prizes in exchange for your loyalty on this particular case here. We got to let you go. Then she would have been let go. Why did Pam Bondi, the attorney lead AG, fire her? Oh, I know why. I told y'all why. Because of Trump. Trump had her fire that attorney, which was Maureen Comey, because he needs her as his new narrative that he's cooking up. This is the corrupt family here that we're dealing with. The Comey corrupt family. I won't be surprised if he put a name on their name, like the corrupt Comeys. I won't be surprised if he do that. I'm telling you. Look, she took money. She's been compromised, and watch. Why is the jury under investigation right now? Don't listen, Bruce. I like you, Bruce, but don't be glossing over this and sweeping that all under the rug, Big Bruce. Come on, Bruce. Come on. I want to hear what you got to say. Come on, Bruce. Give me something good. Give me something good, Bruce.
Yes.
The prosecution, when you had to have your headphones on, otherwise,
Yeah.
what were you seeing then?
There was sexual activity, but I mean, it wasn't really.
Was it force?
No, it didn't seem forced. It was actually like pretty.
Queen said got whole documentaries. Queen said got whole documentaries, and what's that? That whole documentary, what you said, visible physical evidence from all over the world, and they didn't put none of that in the case, right? Like what? I'm the only plausible reason I can see the DA doing something like that is that they have a superseding indictment coming, right? That's the only way I could. But now I understand. No, they have been bought off. But now, God not letting that happen because we found out. Yes, it's over with now. It's over with now. We have the pressure on we have the pressure on the judge now. We got the pressure on the judge now. You got to do something about this. What do you mean? You can't let that go. You can't just no. And Pam Bondi just fire her abruptly out of nowhere. And we don't know any. You didn't even give us no reason. What are we doing here? This is the highest profile case since damn OJ, bro. You have damn Piers Morgan doing whole soliloquies on this particular case right here. He's doing verses on this particular case right here. All right, you have people in London, all over the place, doing podcasts on our culture, on this particular damn case right here, on a hip hop culture. And all we got was that? Well, ain't nobody dumb over here, bro. You're not dealing with an uninformed public no more. Them days are over with. You cannot play with us in front of our faces like this no more. People who out here have kids now, man. This means something to them. You're not doing that. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Tame.
Really?
Yeah. It was just a lot of rubbing oil and stuff on there.
This guy's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
why I'm
showed
talking
them.
about this. When it comes to sex, we have a lot of sexual images. Sex sells beer, sex
Terrified.
sells beer, sex sells cars,
They got
sex sells
terrified-
tanning
terrified
lotions,
to
sex
shout.
sells everything. And we got porn all over the place. But guess what?
What happened to what happened to
Well, I mean, what happened to Leonardo DiCaprio? I thought he was in the files, the Diddy files. What happened to Justin Bieber? Right? I thought he was in the Diddy files. What's going on? I'm not saying what happened to them like they have to be in the case or anything, but what I'm saying is there's definitely more like evidence. How are we even finding out all of this stuff? The feds went in there and freaking snatched terabytes of this man's hard drive, bro. They came so fast, they did it terabytes, bro. And this is what the DA put out and presented. But then we hear 2 days ago that the DA possibly, or no, 3 days ago that the DA possibly could be compromised. And then 2 days after that, Maureen Comey gets fired. I want to say, what is it? We heard it 4 days ago, and then on the third day or the fourth day, Maureen Comey gets fired. Soon as we heard that information, Maureen Comey got fired like 2 days later. Something right there. This is just like sickening, gut-wrenching stuff, bro. We watching this in our face, and then you have YouTubers and influencers getting on here, caping for Brute Paul Diddy. What? Wow. But if it was their daughters or cousins or, wow. They probably still wouldn't care because that's crazy. That's crazy. Girls, men.
Right. When it comes time to talk about sex, we're pretty damn fucking uncomfortable about it.
Then that group that he had, I'm not sure if it was B2K or I forget the name. What were they crying on stage crying? They did a whole damn nice, lavish, elaborate setting. Went on there and all cried, bro, at what Diddy did, bro. What are we talking? What are we talking? Diddy did something to all five of them. All five of them were crying like that. Bro, they are hurt, bro. There ain't no grown man is trying to get in front of a camera for just no reason and just cry. If you cried, you are extremely hurt. If you cried and you crying on camera, you are really, really hurt. You're not just, and all five of you cry. Nah, bro. Bro. Diddy terrorized for a year, bro. Even before all of this, we have been. This is just coming out now. We have been hearing about this, bro, since I was a little kid, bro. I was hearing about this guy Diddy, bro. We've been hearing about what Diddy been doing.
I mean, the other thing that he said during that interview was that he took it in stride. Basically, he didn't say that, but I mean, he essentially did. And he says it was pretty tame and it didn't have the impact that one would think. We were led to believe, we didn't see any of the tapes, or the recordings. So, but we're led to believe that these are beatings, that there's all kinds of shit going on, that non-consensual people are screaming. And from what he's describing, and you put those along with the text messages that Cassie was sending, that I can't wait for the freak off. I can't wait for this or that. I mean, whatever, So and there's more to that than what's just right here. But the defense is now going to try and see if they can poke holes in this verdict. They're going to do that by two ways. One, saying that there wasn't enough evidence to convict him. And number two, that the jury was tainted. And if the jury is tainted, we have to have a new trial. And so that's when the motion for a new trial. But they have to do that within 14 days of the verdict. So that'll come up pretty soon. So we'll see. And then they've asked for an expedited sentencing hearing. So that'll be coming up. I think they have a date in October, but they're asking for an expedited sentencing hearing. And the judge wants an array of cases showing how these cases have been sentenced in the past. In other words, with this 3553A factors, I don't want a disparity in sentencing, just because he's Sean Diddy Combs. But I am going to take into account relevant conduct, the violent conduct, the pervasive nature of all this shit. I mean, this isn't your average Mann Act case. Your average Mann Act case is where you get a prostitute that comes in over state lines, and it's, you know, usually consenting adults, but it's still illegal. And a one-time offender is not going to go to prison over something like that. However, this has got a lot more yuck factor to it, wouldn't
Right.
you think? And so the next
Exactly.
step for Diddy is file a new
Exactly.
motion for a new trial, interview these jurors, get your Rule 33 motion done. They also have to get a motion or a memo to the judge on sentencing disparity, how these cases have been sentenced in the past. And then they have to meet with probation, do a pre-sentence report. They have to file a sentencing memorandum. This is what we think should happen if you don't give him a new trial. We think he should be released immediately, and this is why. And the government will say he should get 56 to 87 months or whatever, 56 to 78 months, whatever they think is the appropriate sentence. We'll keep following this. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, sign up for Patreon. I got all these things for you to do. How do you have any time to do anything
this is
else?
the thing.
Honestly, you know,
So this is the thing, right?
This is the thing, though. So how is it? Okay, so when the defense files for the motion to acquit because of, you know, the jury was tainted, this, that, and the third. Listen, what just came out is that Maureen Comey was fired. Not just the jury was tainted, the district attorney was tainted also, which just does not bode well at all for either way you slice this cake right here, it don't bode well for Diddy. Normally, listen, the verdict came. You normally don't hear too much about a case after. How are we still hearing? How are we still doing podcasts on this? Because of all of these new developments that's coming up, which is insane, which is very, very rare, which tells me that there is way more to this than meets the eye, which tells me these people have been paid off. Why wasn't the jury sequestered? Why didn't the DA request for the jury to be sequestered to where the jury cannot walk freely and be at Grand Central Station Terminal, just like that juror just said that was on CNN? He said that after he, you know, he was like, it was so much to take in, and it took me 15 minutes. I took a 15-minute walk, right? I walked right out of the courtroom and went right to Grand Central Station. Well, I'll be. Oh, did you? Oh. It's like, wow, this high-profile case. Why wouldn't the DA? I'm saying, like, it's got to be a strategy why the DA would not sequester them. I'm trying, you know, why would the DA not sequester this high-profile case in the jury? They do it on so many low-level white and black cases that go down. I mean, you know, that's not public knowledge all around, but they sequester the jury. Nobody know these people. They're not celebrities, but they still sequester the jury. You have celebrity status, global celebrity status, where everybody is talking. Diddy is the hottest damn topic damn near in America, beside, like, on the side of the Epstein files right now. It's like in the black world, it's Diddy at the top right here as far as what is being talked about. And in your white world, it's like it's the Epstein files, Trump. And which makes this all crazy, the Epstein files and Trump is tying into the Diddy because of Maureen Comey and her relation to her father, James Comey. Yo, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Queen said, nonsense. You guys are our voices. Thank you. Thank you so kindly, dear Queen. We getting out here, you know, I'm only doing my thing to get out here because I'm just like you are. I get out here and I want to follow these YouTubers and influencers, creators, and just sit back and just, hear what they're talking about and just be entertained and, and maybe learn something from it or something, right? And I'm like, what? He just said, what? Boy, I got kid, boy. I got a little son running. You can't be talking like that, boy. What? These OGs over here talking about? Nah, bro. I'm like, nah, let me make this account, man. Nah, boy. 6'9"? Yo. I mean, like, make this account up, man. Get that going on, B. We can't be having that. We can't be having that. Make sure y'all check out Hood Hop Music also. Hood Hop Music. Make sure y'all check out Jaquan. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Okay. New merch out, as far as expensive taste, premium designer socks. Fabulous was just sporting them and modeling them. Had them on it at a few of his shows. So make sure you go check it out. Check out my Instagram. My Instagram is Worldwide Game Player. So check me out on my Instagram and you'll see what I'm talking about. But let's move right along. Now, I appreciate you too, Queen. And let me see. So media. Let's go here. Okay, so this was okay. So American Illness was good. Like the word, I like the name. So this was not about men. This was about white girls. So you talking about with Diddy? You talking about with Diddy? Because I can tell you one thing, man. The government's not feeling Diddy right now. They're not feeling Diddy. Diddy had some, white people on his yacht talking about. You see these people. He was, demeaning them and called them, his slaves and workers. You think that sits well with the white community, bro? They don't like that, bro. How you going? Like, that's crazy, bro. They don't like that. I don't care if he is friends with some of them. You think they sitting back liking that? They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that. They're like, we're gonna teach this dude a lesson. We're gonna teach. You think Diageo want to take their foot off this neck? Right? You think Diageo want to take their foot off his neck? I don't care who Diddy paying off right now. Do you think Diageo, the people who was actually allegedly on his neck right now, you think they letting up? I don't think they letting up. I mean, personally, I don't think they're letting up. I'm chilling. I'm not worried because, we wasn't kind of worried before because Diddy was just doing whatever he wanted to do and nobody was law enforcement. They were pretty non-existent to him. But he pissed the wrong people off. And Sun Tzu teaches this, know your enemies. Know who to piss off and know who not to piss off. That's art of war. That's in print. You have to know thy enemies. You can't be just going around thinking you the Superman of everything. You can't do that. You can't do that. Some wisdom has to be applied there. Wisdom has to be applied there. And extremely hurt to cry on camera. Oh yeah, absolutely. Extremely hurt. Boys gonna get up there. Damn superstars going or stars. They're gonna get up there and celebrities. They're gonna just start crying, booing like that. Where they do that at, bro? Where they do that at? Then you have people come, and you know what I love, me personally? I want to get a lot of you to understand. That's another reason why I jumped on YouTube too, because I am tied into politics also. I have some background in politics as far as locally, because I didn't like what was going on politically where I was actually located. And I have some form of knowledge in that. And in that game, you either take the blue pill or the red pill, okay? You either go in that door or you go in that door. All right, in that game, it's either you are completely going to resist and be a fighter, or you are going to submit, concur, and concede to pretty much the enemy because of the little peanuts that they give you. And you're kind of a little bit above their little law, because when you get into little spats with the law, or maybe one of your family members, you can get them off most of the time, and you can get yourself off a lot of times. This is what's happening. But in this case right here with Diddy, it's too big for them to suppress it, and they attempted to suppress it right in front of our face, and God is still not like, y'all can't be doing, no. God like, no, that ain't, no, we're gonna let the people find out that the DA is compromised. Okay, the DA has took some cash from Diddy, from the diddler. Okay, the freaking diddler. Who does what? Come on, man. So American said, what happened in this case? What happened in this case was Diddy was convicted. Diddy could have been facing a life sentence in the RICO charge, just like Epstein. They pretty much got Epstein with the same strategy that they are applying, or that they did apply to Diddy, but Diddy got off and from the severe charges, but now he is facing up to 20 years if the judge feels the need for that to be, if the judge feels like that. Okay, the thing is, we're finding out now that the jury could have been tainted, and now we just found out a few days ago that not only the jury could have been tainted, but the DA itself could have been tainted and have basically have been bribed by the defense in Diddy's camp. Okay, this is what's coming to us through back channels, through credible sources and back channels. Okay, and from what I'm understanding, you're pretty much going to start hearing about this, because once we hear about it and on these back channels, it's been coming out. It's been turning out that way. So it's not looking good. I mean, what Diddy is happy about is that he got off with the life sentence. But then again, he probably never was sweating, because I remember when Diddy was passing his mother, from what was being said about what was going on in court right before the verdict, when Diddy was going up to get his verdict, Diddy stopped to see his mom and told her, don't worry, everything's all right. And I'm like, yeah, people say that, right? But that really stuck with me. I'm like, and as soon as I heard that, I'm like, did he got something up his sleeve? Right? I'm thinking in my mind, right? And then sure enough, bro, yeah, he got something. Bruh, they had $50 million denied by the judge and got it, and still got it done. Do you think the judge is feeling that? The judge don't, I guarantee you the judge don't like, and the judge is not black or nothing. The judge, I guarantee you, he's an Indian too. I guarantee you the judge is not feeling, we know he's not feeling Diddy. And then he found out that the DA is on Team Diddy. Oh no. No, I believe he's coming down with a harsh sentence. I don't believe these pundits and what they, yes, for somebody a nobody that really nobody kind of knows about like that. Yeah, maybe. But no, for Diddy, no, I don't see that. This case is too explosive and popular. Queen K said, was talking to American Illness, and American Illness said, because the content creators lied. Yes, we're tired of that. We are tired of that. You mean to tell me we all damn near jumped away from traditional media, and now you have these Diddy goblins getting on air, run that like this? They are completely changing little do they know, changing the complexion of the way our social media streets are running the culture of it. We were supposed to be the alternative media. We were supposed to be where we were really giving you the real media, not jumping on some bandwagon, pushing a wacky old narrative for you to and feed it to the public. just like traditional media is doing. This is evil and malicious at its highest level right now. And what's going on with these content creators. That's why I'm like, God, get my numbers up now. Get my numbers up, God. God, get my numbers up now. Now get my numbers up. Because we can't be just having this. And I know, God, I can't, I'm not, who am I, right? Like, I'm just one voice, and I can't be everywhere and be highly influential like that right now, right? It's like, but I'm like, God, just give me a chance to speak my piece on what's going on, because it seems like Machiavelli said, and not Tupac, right? Machiavelli said there's more, and he said there's more evil or more negative people, more evil people than positive people, and the more positive people will be overran by the negative people if we don't, and I'm paraphrasing, if we don't understand their tactics and measures, and really, not saying that we physically do now, we count on God we give God the glory, and we count on God to take care of what we need to take care of, but we do our part. God tell us to do certain things, we do our part, we do our part, right? But my thing is, me personally, if I'm seeing these YouTubers and these content creators, going against the grain of the entire culture, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. I seriously do. I have a problem with that. We said, Americans said because they wanted the jury to see the content creators' fake evidence. He said because they wanted the jury to see. Right. No, I get it. No, I totally get it, and that's why I understand that the target was the content creators now, right? Because they knew the jury wasn't sequestered. So this was strategy, and that's why I said that right there changed the face of the culture of these YouTube streets. These social media streets, the social media atmosphere and apparatus, right? It changed the complexion, because now it's like, yo, bro, we really got to get on here and not play around and get on here and really put it down now. Now I'm really understanding. Before I was get on air, I'll see a little topic and about something that I feel like, I need to get on here and maybe voice my opinion on it. Maybe I can reach a few people that understand, or didn't understand, and maybe they can now understand what's going on. But now it's serious now. After this Diddy thing, I'm on it like white on rice now. I can't play around because they're not playing around. They're not playing around. And American said they wanted to replace Epstein with Diddy. It didn't work, so DA got axed. All right. So you said they wanted to replace Epstein with Diddy. Okay, so I'm assuming you're talking about the popularity of the case, right? As far as shifting focus, right? That's what I assume, right? And I guess it didn't work because. So what you're saying is that they were to get Diddy life, and it would cause a frenzy in the media, and the Epstein files would pretty much, that topic would be kind of buried a little bit. Is that what you're referring to right there? Queen K said, right. Queen K said, right. My closest friend in life was murdered. I apologize. I really, my heart goes out to you. That's really a hard pill to swallow. One of mine's also, and it's just that wound just never closes. You know, it just don't close. My closest friend in life was murdered by her husband. Wow, in '99, sequestered, and it took the jury 8 days for the verdict. Mm. And there you go. Wasn't a popular case as far as a globalized case. Podcasters from England and Germany wasn't talking about it, right? Podcasters from Turkey and Bangladesh wasn't talking about this Diddy case literally, right? And you sequester that jury, but you don't sequester this jury? I didn't understand it. When I first heard it, I'm like, hold on. Me personally, I did not dispute that this jury was not sequestered. That didn't even come to my mind. I'm like, of course they sequestered the jury. They want Diddy bad. Are you crazy? And this is a high profile case. Are you nuts? I wouldn't even ask that question. How did that come across my damn screen? What? The jury was not sequestered? I'm talking about in the middle of the trial when I had found this out. I'm like, what? Okay, no, I'm like, you know what? The DA, you know what? That's the feds, the DA, top DA. She took down Epstein. She know what she doing. I'm not gonna sweat it. Me, I ain't gonna sweat it. She know what she just took down Epstein, y'all. I ain't gonna sweat it. She got, you know what I'm saying? She got some points on, you know, the way when I'm looking at it. So I'm gonna trust that she's gonna get the job done. What was that? Did you put up there? What was that? Like in hindsight, when I'm looking at it right now, like what was that? Yes, you were paid off. Yes, they let you go and walk and gave you the extreme boot because it's like almost like karma, right? You got paid off, but now you are tied in because your dad is at war with the president of the United States of America right now. And he directed his AG to give you the axe. It's going to come out, and nothing on them stages is obviously holding water nowadays. We're going to find out. We the American people, we are on it like white on rice right now, bruh. You crazy? Donald Trump can't be. You think he gonna pardon Diddy? Donald think his own party is on his neck, yo, bro. Donald Trump ain't never felt this pressure in his life. He can have all the money in this world, and he's shaking in his boots right now, bro. It's for his legacy, his family, everything right now, bro. It's for everything right now, bro. You think he gonna you think he gonna pardon what? He gonna lose the little blacks he did get. Ain't nobody running with Diddy. I mean, you know, you have the blacks that's running with Diddy that, you know, I can't say all of them. A lot of them are misinformed. They don't know. But then it's like you put the evidence in, just a little bit of the evidence in front of them, in front of the public, and it's like, yeah, see, you know, yeah, you messing with a black man, you know, look, messing with another black man, billionaire, you messing with him, see? And it's like, I do blame you too, my brother and my sister, because you're not informing yourself. You're not little kids no more. It's like you're not informing yourself, man. They have something in our law right here that states that, and they write it in Italian, so you kind of even don't know it, but it's like just because you're ignorant to the law doesn't mean you won't be held accountable for the law. Just because, listen, you got to know what's going on, bro. Y'all got to know what's going on, bro. Y'all, you know, you gone running with Diddy and all of these people. You know, these people are running you into a brick wall, bro. with all of their policies and their neglect, their obvious neglect for the atrocities that they have been putting on the people. These people are coming to people crying, can't go to damn cops. Who the freak do you run to when you can't run to the cops and you don't even have money like that, bruh? Who are you running to? And then you got idiots like these people out here who don't have no money saying throwing stones at these damn victims. No, it's a money grab, man. It's a money grab. Bro, ain't no 66 people coming consecutively, and there's guarantee you there's more that don't want to even come out right now, man. And I see why. They say Diddy was threatening people, and he's in there and was threatening people, bro. What are you talking about? He called that witness, Don, 66, what is it, 60 something, 50 something times? How do you know how many times you got to call? I had thought about that, right? Because he made the call like within a night span or night into the day. I'm like, so he was just like boom, boom. He had to have been boom, Chimpy. Like, damn, nigga, I'm wondering what's going on. Like, do he got people around him? What, he just sitting around? Boom. 50 something times, dog. She wouldn't answer. That's not harassment? A billionaire calling you 50 something times in a row. You've worked with him. Don worked with him. She didn't know he has police on payroll. What are we talking about here? What are we talking? First of all, not only that, we have. You remember the hip hop police? The head of the division of the hip hop police that was established because of who? Because of freaking Sean Diddy Combs. The hip hop police was established because of who, y'all? What are we talking about here? Look, you can look that up. You can look that up. I should go and look at put it on, but I don't got no time for that because these people is got me revved up right now. Because I don't like the way they be doing, man. I don't like that, man. That's not right. That's not right, man. I told you I done been around people that had these. I done seen them, man. Yo, bro. It's like, yo, these my girlfriends. Rich dude, bro. Rich. These my girlfriends. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm in the car with them and all that one day. This dude is rich, right? I'm in the car with him. I was like, I had my family ties, like my family, were like really close with his family, so that's how I knew him. I'm in the car with this dude. I had no idea he's a really, really nice guy, gentle guy. That's what I'm thinking. Bro, we get into the car. He had two white girls. He's black. They were Russian. They were from Russia, but they were like Americanized. He would send them into the strip club, and they would come back with the cash, what have you. But he was actually rich. He got rich off of doing that, right? He hauled off. I don't know what happened. I don't remember exactly. I could have been looking at my phone. All I know is I looked up and seen him go, what? Boom! Rocked up, bro. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do, bro. I was like stunned, bro. And the other girl, they just like went along with this is what we did. It was nothing. We got into the house. I swear to goodness, they were like interacting with this guy like she didn't just get her head knocked off. Both of them was just like, interacting, rich house. We go up into they penthouse. his East Coast crib, he called it. We go up in there, big as lavish, fur on the floor, like those type of those carpets. I was like, wow, bro. And when I see this Diddy joint, I'm like, nah, bro. These females can be. Were you crazy? And he wasn't just putting females under pressure. He was putting the dudes under pressure. I.e., who I was just talking about. I forget their name. B2 something. I forget. I don't know if it was B2. I forget their name. But it was those boys that was running. I forget, their name will come to me. But it was those boys that was running up under Diddy, and they were crying on freaking set, bro. What are we talking about? I know they didn't say, yeah, we're gonna go up there, we're gonna all cry, y'all. No, they didn't do that, man. Heck no, they didn't. You crazy? They didn't do that. That's not good for their brand. You crazy? That's not good for their brand. It's not good. I mean, people just gonna feel sorry, but that's not good, bro. It's not good, bro. Women not going. That's not good, bro. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't do that. That was pure emotion running out of those boys, bro. Did he go do something like that? Look at the accusation about Tyler Perry right now. That just what happened with Tyler Perry. The man that is accusing Tyler Perry gave a descriptive, vivid measure of the encounter between him and Tyler Perry. Said that the man was giving him drinks and kept feeding him drinks. I can understand that, yeah, right? Because I'm trying to figure out, like, if in that position, right? Yeah, I can see that. No, you drinking. Okay, drinking. The man said he started to feel funny the way he would never normally feel. Because I mean, I can understand that, right? You know how you drink, right? You know if something is wrong, right? You would know that. Then he said he was to the point where he couldn't do nothing, bro. And Tyler Perry was on this dude, bro. And he was conscious and then couldn't do nothing. Then he woke up, and then Tyler Perry tried to send him $6,000 the next day, bro. Dude talking about he woke up with blood on his backside, bro. You know how many people they probably have done this to, bro? Did you hear who his Diddy mentor was? Aaron Hall? Do you hear the way he talk on camera, bro? Did you check that out, my peoples? That's crazy, bro. We can't be, into that. We can't. But my thing is, we just gotta, just be more observant, and not let a lot of these people dupe our people. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not throwing stones at these people. All I'm saying is that's just not right, man. If that's just not right, because I've been hearing about that since way back then. Then we didn't even have internet. We even knew I was a baby then. We even knew that Wendy Williams got blackballed by Diddy. Bruh, the way the hood went back in the days, the way we get information back in the days was word of mouth. That's how we got our information. And we can decipher what was BS and what was actually legit, bruh. We just have that way about us. I don't know. But that was the case. Come to find out, years later, when we did get the internet, Diddy did blackball damn freaking Wendy. Did you not see the way Diddy was sitting down talking to Wendy Williams first time after years of them not speaking? Why would Diddy appear on her show? Diddy had power, but Diddy was in power. Then Diddy said that, yeah, I seen your son backstage. And she looked stunned when he said that, because they know who this man is, bro. The industry know who this man is. Look at the allegation about little Diddy's son, right? Little Biggie's son, Christopher. Look at the allegation about Christopher right now, that he assisted Diddy to forcefully help Diddy take some boy, and Diddy forced his stuff in this little boy's mouth, this little minor. That's what's being alleged right now on Little Diddy and Diddy. On not Little Diddy, excuse me. On Little Biggie, CJ, and Diddy. That's what's being alleged right now. That time when they said Diddy, was shooting up in Biggie's shirt, used Biggie's shirt and all of that. Yeah, little CJ, from what I'm understanding, was a part of that whole charade. Come on, bro. Did he not grooming people? Did he not grooming people? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Got these little boys doing this, bro. And you doing the most to these little boys, bro. That's hurtful, man. Queen K said the entire case has been tainted and compromised right in front of our faces. And guess what? We just like MAGA right now, we are taking freaking we're not taking no shorts right now, bro. Just like MAGA is on it about what is near and dear to them, but we are on it what is near and dear in our culture. We are not having this no more in our culture. How are you YouTubers getting online actually defending this guy Diddy? When you all have aspirations of being rappers, but then again, I'm understanding that maybe some of these guys don't mind being a part of the Diddy charade and the Diddy parties, after parties. That's what I'm thinking. Ain't no man in their right mind going to attest to this. No man in their right mind going to concur, not knowing the history of Sean P. Diddy Combs in the hip hop culture. This is madness. We are airing that rumblings that he even had some hand in Pac. With Pac. Why is that coming out now? We have heard about that years ago. Why is it coming out now? It's coming out now. We didn't say that. Keefy D said you offered to pay $1 million to him, and y'all had multiple meetings. And one of the meetings, the freaking Ron Isley brothers was there. The Isley brothers was there, bro. Ron Isley was there, bro. At one of the meetings you had with Keefy D. Puff. What are we talking about? You want to sit here and tell me this guy's into straight nothing? Like, come on, bro. You're going to, man. You talk, man, that's still another black man. Oh, man, oh, man. Huh? You don't sit your black, man, now I'm like, yo, bro, I'm upset. God said, listen, there's a time and place for everything. Sometimes I can get upset. I'm not going to dwell on it, but damn it, sometimes I can get upset. I mean, listen, sometimes I can get upset. Nothing wrong with that. But nothing wrong with, I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to be a mad, vengeful person. I'm not going to go out here and take it out on people that I don't know or people that I do know. I'm not going to do that. But yes, I can feel some type of way about this. Yes, I can. You're forcefully hurting freaking children, bro. Forcefully, allegedly. That's what's being alleged. A new allegation on you. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I guarantee you, if that judge give Diddy them close to 10 years, 18 years, something like that, I guarantee you, bro, you want to see all type. You thought you saw a whirlwind of lawsuits come. You want to see all type of lawsuits coming out. We just saw the witness. The witness, first of all, this is how the DA was. Come on, bro. The DA was compromised. They was bought off. The witness that was supposed to come to court, that nice young lady who wrote that letter to the judge and gave that nice soliloquy on why she did not turn up in court. Okay, that witness, and she was supposed to go. She did not turn up to court because when the DA came to her house and they were talking and this, that, and the third, she said the DA left. And then right after the DA left, she said she gets a call from Diddy's attorney because nobody's supposed to know it's her. Nobody's supposed to know it was her, y'all. Y'all, listen to me. Nobody was supposed to know it was her. Are you hearing me? Like, really, are you hearing me? You know what I'm saying? Nobody was supposed to know it was her. Nobody was supposed to know it was her. Right? Look, hold up. Nobody was supposed to know. Hold on, let me shift this. Nobody was supposed to know it was her. Am I correct? Am I correct? Nobody was supposed to know it was her. Okay? The DA is the only one that knew this witness existed. Okay? The DA is the only people that knew this witness existed or was supposed to know that. Okay? Soon as the DA leaves from physically meeting with this young lady, okay, soon as the DA, meets with her at her house and leaves, she said about a half an hour or something later, if I'm not mistaken about the time frame, but a half an hour later, she says she gets a call from Diddy's attorney, basically insinuating that Diddy knows where she lives and knows it's her. And then she said she went out and went to her car. When she went to leave and go to her car, she said her identification that she normally keeps in the compartment that's in her middle console, she said that her identification was on the passenger seat, nicely sitting right nicely in the middle. Bro, come on, bro. Are we gonna keep allowing this, family? No. But you know what? It's not us it's all God. God has to, take control of it, and he is, because he's awakening a lot of people to these tricks, and we tired of it, man. Damn. These ain't little kids. People ain't little kids no more, bro, that you could just tell us anything now, bro. Come on, bro. That's over with. That's over with. Queen said, is the American illness person talking about creators like you? They are coming for one of my big YouTube pro Tisa, also others. Right. I don't think American illness was talking about me. I'm not sure, but I really wasn't sure. But I was just going off of what he was saying, as far as these YouTubers. And I was just giving American illness, my understanding and my opinion, on what's going on. As far as these he wasn't talking about me, because what he was saying was that, he was saying that because the jury wasn't sequestered, right? He was saying that the DA's strategy, or no, the defense strategy now was to basically, or Diddy's strategy was, their strategy was to go after the content creators, like not go after them, but go after the ones that's against Diddy, literally, but pay the other content creators that will bite, you know what I'm saying, and go for their tricks, and get them to go after the people with the high, large platforms that's attempting to go after Diddy, right? So that's the plan, right? So that's what I believe that American illness was talking about right there, when he was talking about the the YouTubers and how the content creators on so on what's going on. But and folks think that this does not impact us, the regular people, right? And that's the thing, and if it didn't impact us, my thing is like, why is it that these YouTubers are talking about this? This is what they're talking about. They acting like it's trying to act like it's nothing. Oh, this is just another case of this and that. Nah, these people are doing the most. They have been hurting our people. They have been hurting our people. We're not with that. We have the revolutionary spirit. We're not with that. We have a revolutionary mind. We're not with that. These people have been hurting our people. This is what they have been doing. Hurting our people, not uplifting our people. Uplifting our people in the public and and being monstrous, hideously monstrous to our people behind the scenes. Suppressing every piece of news that come out about them about this. And then when news actually break about their misdeeds that they have done to somebody, here come these fools. Oh man, that's a money grab, man. Get out of here, man. You're a billionaire. Get out of here, man. Oh my goodness. He's talking about, look at that, man. Oh my goodness. You know how you look at those old flicks? You know, you can look at them old back in the day flicks and those, it's like, you know, the big dummies that was on there. Yeah, man. They, that it's like, wow. Like these guys are, it's just upsetting to me. You know, it's upsetting. And of course, people that have been locked up for X amount of years, right? 30 years and all that, 20 something years and all that. They're going to be defending Diddy. Goodness freaking gracious. Please. Come on, let's call it like it is. Come on, man. Get out of here with all of that, man. That's crazy. That's bad business, bro. Over here defending Diddy. You hearing all of this? Men out here crying on the damn set about this guy. Diddy, every damn artist, even Mace made a damn diss record on you. Nigga, who does that? Nigga, Mace made a diss record on you, bro. You done did all type of foul stuff to these people, bro. Biggie was ready to get ready away from you. From we hear it, from what I'm understanding and my knowledge, from what I'm understanding, I'm thinking that you probably had something to do with Biggie too. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm understanding, the way I'm gathering it, from what I'm doing, from how I've been looking at it, and from what I've been researching about it, I'm feeling like it might come down the pipe later on. Who knows? But I'm feeling like Diddy probably had something to do with that too. That's what I'm feeling like. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, and a lot of weird coincidences that's just lining up. That's not even supposed to be. Freak, all of these coincidences are just gonna be lining up like that, but you can never really get proof. So it's like, no, man, you can't say that. You ain't got no proof. You sound like a damn, like you grew up in a cop culture. You ain't got no proof. Shut up. When the black community or the black culture ever been about like showing me tangible proof? We don't need tangible proof to know that this is a imbecile and a weirdo that live right next door to us or something, right? We don't need no damn tangible proof to know that this is a weirdo next door. We're going to find out. We have our ways and our culture of finding out. In our culture, we been knew Diddy was a freaking monster, bro. What are you talking about? In our culture. But I guess I've been guilty of it too. It's like, you hear like the records that come out, it's like you just kind of, I don't know, it's like you kind of forget, like, years go by and then you don't hear nothing about them in the media, and it's like, out of mind, out of sight, and then you hear a record come out, like Diddy on the record, and it's like, I mean, like, all right, kind of like not forget about it, but it's like, nah, bro. Nah, niggas been doing the most, bro. They've been doing the most, bro. They've been doing the most. Yes, hip hop police. Yeah, hip hop police started because of Diddy. Diddy was doing the most. Hip hop police was started because of Diddy. And I'm not saying that. The head of the freaking department for the hip hop police that was created at that time came out and said it himself. He works for the NYPD. Yeah, B2, was it B2K or the band, or I don't think it was, because B2K, that was like a Marion in them, right? It wasn't them, right? Or I don't, Damn, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. I'm sitting there really trying to think about it all. Like, it'll come to me though. Excited to witness witness your growth here. Thank you, dear beloved queen. I appreciate you, dear beloved. Thank you so kindly. What I see, $5. Wow. You know what? That's fire. You know what? That's fire. Thank you so much. Damn, I appreciate that. I don't even know how to retrieve that money yet or nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't be, on it, going to it like that, looking at it, and I forgot that was like actually set up like that. I don't, I just never. I have it, but I'm glad I have it. I just didn't get into it, like, looking at it, like, I just appreciate you so much. I didn't even know that you could send money like that. Thank you so kindly. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank y'all so much. That's why I didn't even ask for no money. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't get on here. Yo, hit the cashier. Oh man, I thank you so much. I'm gonna end the live stream. I really appreciate you. Thank you for stepping out with me. And we are going to be on this because we can't let them get at Tisa like that. You know what I mean? Over here trying to flex. I was watching Tisa like genuinely. You got this guy straight game TV over here talking about Tisa tells this, Tisa tells that, Tisa tells is lying, and all of these, the narrative is Tisa tells is lying. That's the narrative. That's what people are putting in their titles. Okay. And you can tell that Diddy's camp is telling them to say, yo, Tisa tells lies. That's the, you know what I'm saying? Because she's getting that popularity from Nancy Grace. And shout out to Nancy Grace, because I could tell Nancy used to be a prosecutor, and you could tell Nancy do not like Nancy do not like Diddy, bro. Nancy probably, who knows if Nancy even like black people, but I know one thing, she don't like Diddy for one. That is one damn sure. I be like, yo, what is Nancy gonna say today? I'll be like, yo, I'll be looking at what Nancy's saying today, man, because I know Nancy got something. She gonna make something up. She gonna make something. She gonna say something about Diddy ass. Yo, so shout out to Nancy. That's a fact. Yeah, I appreciate you all, and I might be on a little later, so check me out. Thank you, and peace, and thank you so much, Queen, and shout out to you all, and I love you all except for the ones I don't. Peace.